breakthrough performance for Linda Noskova because
Alexandra Eala was breaking Linda Noskova apart when the rain came. Set 2, third game all. The Steffi Graf Stadion had gone quiet under cold, damp Berlin night air, and the suspended scoreboard read 6-2, 3-3. A set and a half into one of the most important matches of her career, the Sky decided it wasn't finished yet. Neither was she. But here's what that scoreboard doesn't tell you. Before the rain arrived, something had already shifted inside this match. Something that 96% first serve percentages and 67-minute demolition jobs can't explain away. The 2026 Vanda Pharmaceuticals Berlin Open is a WTA 500 event staged at the historic Steffi Graf Stadion in Berlin. Grass courts, over $1.2 million in prize money, and a direct line to Wimbledon seedings. Alexandra Eala came in as a wild card, ranked number 35 in the world. Linda Noskova came in as the 8th seed, ranked number 13. On paper, this semifinal was never supposed to happen, but Eala had already beaten world number 2, Elena Rybakina. She'd already taken out world number 8, Linda Svitolina. And in doing all of that, she'd already earned 135 ranking points in a single week, pushing her live ranking to number 30. That number matters because it's the threshold that would make her the first Filipino player in tennis history to receive a seeding at Wimbledon. One win. That's all that separated Alexandra Eala from that history. And then Linda Noskova served at 96%.
It's back-to-back top 10 wins for Alex Eala.
To understand what this matchup means to Eala, you have to go back to Indian Wells, March 2026. Noskova took that match 6-2, 6-0. Afterward, Eala said that nothing clicked, that she could not find her groove against Noskova's heavy baseline pressure. But that loss wasn't an isolated bad day. It was part of something bigger. At that point, Eala's career record against Czech players sat at 0 wins and 13 losses. 0 and 13. Tennis analysts had started using the phrase Czech curse without any irony. Against Czech opponents, Eala couldn't convert, couldn't close, couldn't find the formula. Then came Birmingham, June 7, 2026. In a 3-set battle against Czech player Nikola Bartukova, Eala outlasted her opponent to claim her second career WTA 125 title. The curse didn't collapse dramatically. It broke quietly on a Tuesday. At a secondary grass court event most casual viewers had already scrolled past. But Eala knew exactly what it meant. 11 days later, Linda Noskova, the same player who'd handed Eala that 6-2, 6-0 dismantling in March, walked onto the grass at the Steffi Graf Stadion for a Grand Slam warm-up semifinal. Noskova's path to this semifinal wasn't just impressive, it was borderline ruthless. She beat Mexican qualifier Renata Zarazua 6-1, 6-4 in the round of 32. Then she eliminated French qualifier Diane Parry 6-2, 6-2 in just 67 minutes, conceding 8 points across her entire service delivery and granting Parry 0 breakpoint opportunities, not one, in a professional main draw match. Then came Paula Badosa in the quarterfinals. Noskova won 6-1, 6-3 in 68 minutes, saving all 7 breakpoints she faced. 3 matches, 3 opponents, a combined match time of roughly 3.5 hours, and her mindset going into the semifinal direct as ever. "I wanted to change directions a lot," Noskova said. "I wanted to go for it from the first serve and then all the points after." Against Eala in the first set, she did exactly that. First serve percentage, 96%, aces, 7, break points converted, 4 of 5. Final score 6-2. Eala converted just 2 of 6 breakpoint chances, won only 19 of 39 first serve points, and watched Noskova take the opening set in what felt like clinical inevitability. And this is where things changed, because the second set wasn't a continuation of the first, it was a different match. Eala came out and started breaking Noskova's serve not once, twice, 2 breaks apiece, leveling the second set at 3-3. The baseline returns that had found no rhythm in the first set began locating angles. The crowd at the Steffi Graf Stadion, cold and damp under the Berlin night, started to feel it. And then the rain came again. Play was suspended. The scoreboard froze at 6-2, 3-3. Here's the reading of this suspension that the raw stats alone don't give you. Noskova's 96% first serve percentage in set 1 is extraordinary, but it also reveals something. When a player relies on their first serve at that rate, they're essentially eliminating the second serve safety valve entirely. The moment Eala started reading Noskova's patterns, returning more aggressively, forcing baseline exchanges on her own terms, the structure of Noskova's game plan began to crack. The rain didn't save Eala, but it didn't save Noskova either. It interrupted a momentum shift mid-correction. Before this semi-final, Eala had already done things that deserved their own chapter. In the round of 16, facing Elena Rybakina, world number 2, reigning Australian Open champion, Eala found herself down 4-1 in the first set. Most players accept that deficit against Rybakina and move on. Eala didn't. She rallied. She won the first set, 7-5. She forced Rybakina into 23 unforced errors, and that number captures something important. It wasn't just that Eala played well, it's that her left-handed pace redirection disrupted Rybakina's timing so thoroughly that one of the best servers on tour started coming undone. After match point, Eala called her father. "We were just screaming," she said. "I'm a little foggy right now. I think I'm still shaking." Then came Elena Svitolina in the quarterfinals, world number 8, former world number 3. A mother and one of the most respected competitors on tour. Eala, who said she'd been watching Svitolina since I was a kid, raced to a 4-1 lead in both sets and won 6-3, 6-4 in 1 hour and 23 minutes. These weren't flukes. They were constructed. Eala's flat left-handed ground strokes keeping the ball low on grass, using her opponent's pace against them, building patterns that suited the surface's low bounce perfectly. She knew Noskova would be different. "She's a big hitter," Eala said, "and she's very powerful. My last match with her proved to be very difficult for me. Coming into the semifinals, I hope to prepare and make some improvements and show what I've got." This semifinal didn't happen in a vacuum. The 2026 Berlin Open arrived already carrying institutional friction. Before the tournament even started, a wave of high-profile withdrawals, Mira Andreeva, Belinda Bencic, Jasmine Paolini, Sorana Cirstea, triggered a major draw reshuffle. Fourth-seeded Coco Gauff received a first-round bye. Lower-ranked players and wildcards, including Eala, got their matches pushed to unfavorable scheduling slots. At her pre-tournament press conference, Eala addressed it directly. "I am not asking for special treatment. I am asking for fair treatment." The statement spread quickly, and then she walked onto the grass and defeated Donna Vekic, the newly crowned Queen's Club champion, 7-5, 6-4, despite a mysterious mid-match officiating suspension at 4-3, 40-30 that her coaching staff responded to by filing a formal complaint with tournament referees. Eala didn't wait for the institution to fix itself. She kept winning. The Wimbledon Championships begin June 29, 2026. Eala's performance in Berlin has pushed her live ranking to number 30, the position that would make her the first Filipino player in tennis history to receive a seeded placement in a Grand Slam main draw. That's not a metaphor. That's a statistical milestone no Filipino player has ever reached. Beyond Berlin, Eala has a singles wildcard at Bad Homburg and is scheduled to partner 5-time Wimbledon singles champion Venus Williams in the doubles draw. And Elena Rybakina, the player Eala already eliminated this week, has withdrawn from Bad Homburg with a right hip issue, a reminder of just how brutal the clay-to-grass transition can be. Through all of it, Eala has carried something less visible. At Wimbledon in 2025, she wore a custom Nike hair tie featuring a hand-stitched Sampaguita. the national flower of the Philippines. Earlier in 2026 at the Laureus World Sports Awards, she appeared in a modern Filipiniana gown designed by her uncle Rhett Eala. These aren't incidental details, they're the identity beneath the ranking.
She just bulldozed her way past Alexandra Eala, who has illuminated this centre court.
Here's the number that reframes everything, 0 and 13. That was Alexandra Eala's professional record against Czech players before Birmingham. After Birmingham, it became 1 and 13. After this tournament, it could become 2 and 13, or it could stay exactly where it is, because Linda Noskova is still leading this semifinal 6-2, 3-3. When play resumes, Noskova doesn't step onto the court needing to rebuild. She steps on needing to hold serve once in a set that's already level at 3-3. Eala steps on needing to break a player who, in the first set, held serve at 96% first serve efficiency. The second set proves Eala found something. The rain proves nothing was resolved. Alexandra Eala has spent this entire week defeating opponents who outranked her, outlasted a 0-13 Czech curse, filed formal complaints against her own tournament's officiating structure, and worn her national identity on a grass court at the Steffi Graf Stadion in Berlin. The suspended scoreboard says 6-2, 3-3. Noskova leads, but a scoreboard frozen mid-match isn't a verdict, it's a question. When play resumes, one player will be continuing a dismantling. The other will be completing a comeback. The only thing we don't yet know is which one is which.